moi kaikki. I'm Hanna and this is my podcast called Hanna from Sheep's Alley. My hubby is skiing over there. I'm on Lake Kallavesi. I will podcast today, but first hubby and I are going cross-country skiing because the weather is so great. There aren't that many people on the ice yet, but there will be because it's going to be sunny. The temperature is -4 Celsius, which is, I believe, 24 Fahrenheit. And yes, I'll try to catch up hubby and I'll see you a bit later on. I'll show you how I ski with one ski pole. Just a sec. Okay, here we go. Oof. A little bit freestyle. Okay, back on track. And here we go. By the way, there is Puijotauo and downtown Kuopio ahead of us. Okay, I'll put this camera in my coat pocket and catch hubby. See you later. Those are ice fishing, and more people ice fishing. Either they have a competition or this is just a great spot for ice fishing. I wonder if he caught something. Wonderful weather. Hello again. We are back home on Sheep's Alley, and now we get to talk about finished objects, and I'll start with socks. I have 2 pairs. These are my basic Hanna's this and that socks, and these are for hubby. Very basic, my own recipe, toe up 2 at a time, garter stitch heel, and the yarn is lovely Tuscan knits yarn. Show it like this. You'll see. Sorry about the label being wet. I have a table in front of me, and it was on my right, but water is dripping because sun. I think the temperature is now plus. I think it was almost +2 C, which is 35, almost 36 Fahrenheit. The sun is behind the trees over there, so it's still freezing outside, but the sun warms up the air. Afternoon time we have already plus temperatures, but like last night, I think this morning when we woke up the temperature was almost -10. Which I didn't check how many Fahrenheit that is. Could it be 17 Fahrenheit? But anyway, the nights are very cold. But now that the sun is shining, the snow is melting and water is dripping. So this label is a bit wet. So these are socks for hubby. He gets to wear those. I made a very simple pattern just out of my head. I'll show it to you. There are 3 rows of plain stockinette stitch and then one garter stitch row in the middle here. But every other garter, the stockinette section, I knit the stitch from the back loop, twisting the stitches a bit. So very simple. And also here I didn't use a cable needle, but I switched places of 2 stitches on every single row, making that kind of like very scoot mini cable pattern there. So these are very, very simple. See, hubby said that I asked if I could make a cable pattern. I said, no, just plain stockinette, nothing else. Big socks and plain stockinette is boring. So I knit a couple of rows of this and asked that please can I keep going on, and he approved. So these are his socks. Sorry about the camera. And then another pair, which was a whip last time, but I didn't show any whips. These kind of basic socks. And these are knit out of Miss Babs. This yarn here is this, which I got, it's called Berlin, which I got from Melissa, who has the Spicy Homemaker podcast, except she changed that to, was it Hands That Make? But I think she's still a Spicy Homemaker on Instagram. So I got this yarn from her, and the grey one is from Gina, who is brown in it's everywhere. Lorna's Laces Shepherd sock. And here are the more details of that yarn. Merino nylon base. So again, very simple pattern. Repeat here. Just stockinette and garter stitch rows. I think these look lovely. And the reason they are this size because I ran out of this yarn and the grey yarn. So these are kind of like ankle socks. Then Paksu hats. Anne-Marie, who lives in New York, she's test knitting this Paksu P-A-X-U hat for me, but I think I will release the pattern next fall. So she has all the time to test knit the pattern and make corrections. This is one which I made. Here, this is, I think I showed you the last time, the yarn which Melissa dyed herself, that self-striping. So there's part of Melissa's yarn there. And here I think are some minis from Gina and Melissa and my own leftovers. And this yarn is, this is merino silk. I knit Gina a pair of my Pompuloi fingerless mittens, and these are the leftovers of that skein. And then another Paksu hat, red one. And these are also mainly, I think these are mainly my leftovers, but also some mini skeins from the advent calendar mini swap packages which I got from Gina and Melissa. But this pattern will be out sometime next fall, I think in September maybe, I think. And then I did a test knit for Shara. It was a whip the last time and it's finished now. Vulura or Vulura cowl. This is a long one. Long cowl brioche. As I told Shara, brioche isn't really my thing, but I really liked her pattern, so I wanted to test knit it. And Shara said that yes, you can. You are able, because I was kind of like fearing that I'm not able to knit brioche, because the last time I knit brioche was like 10 or 8 years ago. But this is a very lovely, clever, wonderful looking pattern. I have so much on, but I'll show you how I would wear it. This is a gift to a dear friend of mine. Double wrap and then adjust it. Very warm and lovely looking. And the yarns I used, so this pink one here is Sandnes garn brushed alpaca yarn. I'll show you the details. Details of this brushed alpaca yarn. And then this purple one is also Sanneskaan Duo. Those are the details. So merino cotton, I think this one was. Yes, I really like the look of this shawl, this puffiness, and then this other yarn which is more, how would you say, the opposite of puffy yarn. In Finnish that is sileä, but I don't remember the English word. But you'll probably know what I talk about and what I mean. I love the halo and this brushed look of this gorgeous yarn. And this combo, I love this combo. I don't think Shara has this pattern, this Woolura cowl pattern out yet, but I think she's designing also a Woolura hat using this same stitch pattern, so that will be interesting. So that's another whip, oh sorry, FO. Then log cabin, pot holder. These are leftovers of my, well, I'll talk about this very quick. Leftovers of this cardigan. So this this Alafoslopi Icelandic yarn, and we had Liinu from Kässäkerho Pom Pom organized a knitting super weekend. I think this was it the third or second time she has organized it here in Kuopio. Lovely knitting event starting from Friday, ending on Sunday. And there was a workshop where you could learn how to knit log cabin, or learn how to use the log cabin technique. And I had this thick yarn and I made this pot holder, but I will throw this in washing machine and felt this, because I actually need pot holders. So I'm planning on making maybe a second one and a third one, and then throw them in washing machine and felt these. And I'm already thinking that no, I'm not going to knit a blanket, because I think Liinu said that they are going to have a knit-along, blanket knit-along with this log cabin technique. But I'm thinking about maybe knitting a scarf using my leftover DK weight yarns, which I have. But not sure when I'm going to do that, because I really want to have 2 or 3 pot holders. But this is a fun technique, and using this thick yarn, these are very quick to knit. Then I have another FO, which is this gorgeousness. I'll talk about swaps which I did with my knitter friends, but this yarn and this pattern, which is, the yarn is Woolfolk. Rachel, who is Treehouse Knits everywhere, and she has the podcast also, she said that she loves this yarn a lot and wanted me to try it out. So gorgeous Rachel, she sent me 3 skeins of this yarn. It doesn't say where this was made, but I believe it could be in Michigan. It's US based, but maybe it was spun in Michigan. Luft is the name of it. And the pattern, I have it. I'll open up my mobile phone and I'll show you the pattern, because she gifted me the yarn and the pattern. And it's, are you able to see it? The sun is doing its tricks. Are you able to see it? Gorgeous. And look at this stitch definition. This is very interesting looking yarn. It is merino cotton yarn, and I think it looks like woven, and I think the woven part is the cotton, and then the merino is somehow, I've already woven in all the yarn ends. but it looks like the merino is inside, somehow inside in that woven cotton fabric. I've never used this type of yarn before, but this looks, I love the look of it. Rachel knows my taste so well. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, and you could actually use any RNDK or worsted weight. Yeah, I won't put this on because I'm already quite hot. So this lovely piece, I knit this during the Pom Pom Super weekend, so this was really quick to knit. And then the last FO, which I'm wearing, is the Pirta cardigan, this Icelandic pattern. I borrowed this Icelandic knitting book from our local library, and this book is available in English. I think it's called Knitting with Icelandic Wool. I don't remember the Finnish. I think the Finnish name was Islantilaisia neuleita, meaning Icelandic knitwear. But this Pirta cardigan, and I used Alafos sloppy, and it looks like this. It's gorgeous and warm. And in 2 weeks' time, we are flying to Reykjavik, and we are going to spend a week in Iceland. And I wanted to get this finished and wear this cardigan in Iceland. So I'm so happy I got it finished, and it's so warm and lovely. Lovely pattern. So those were my FOs. And then I'll show you whips. I have 3 whips. And I could show you another cardigan which I'm knitting using Alafos Lopi. See, this one is knit from bottom up. So I first knit the hem, then this body section, then I knit the sleeves, connected the stitches, and knit all the way up here. And then I'll show you. Can you see I put these threads just to make it look nice. And I wanted to have a zipper, not buttons. I wanted to have a zipper. And because I like knitting with this yarn, because it's quick and very warm, I wanted to knit another one because I had some yarn left, but I also ordered more yarn. And this time I'm using the basic pattern. It's kind of like this Pirta, but this time I'm knitting it top down. And I'm also making, this is, as you can see, it's like fitted, not very loose. It's a fitted one. So this has slightly, this is size M, medium, from the book. And I think when I started knitting this, I added just a couple more extra stitches because I wanted to make this slightly looser and not so fitted. So I started knitting it, and I had these yarns, and I had lots of inspiration photos from Pinterest, and I just started knitting the pattern as I went on. And now that I look at it, it seems like there are these small houses, these pink houses. They kind of remind me of those beach houses where you go and switch to your swimming suits, and then at the bottom there are those little hanging things. So this upper section will be pink and the bottom section will be dark blue. And also I haven't decided what to do with the sleeves. I'll probably won't knit these houses. I'll just probably knit some of these hangings and then knit the sleeves with only just blue color. And I think I want to put a zipper on this one too. So wonderful knitting. So that's my first whip. Then the other 2 whips are in this basket which I made, and that's the bird Melissa knit me. Is because that Woolura cowl is a gift for a friend of mine. It's actually for the one who turns 50, and we are going to go to Iceland with her and her husband and their 2 friends. There are going to be 6 of us spending the week in Iceland. How should I show it? So this is my Woolura cow. So only, how many rows have I knit? 8 rows maybe? 8 or 7 rows. And I'm using also the brushed alpaca, but in dark blue. And I'm pairing it with this gorgeous Primrose Yarn Co's Jasper DK. This loveliness. I'll show you the label. So Primrose Yarn Co Jasper DK. That's what I'm using to knit my Woolura cowl. And the last work in progress, Satu, who's the lady who turns 50, and we are going to go to Iceland with her. She has Italian friends, and she received quite a few skeins of this Italian yarn, and she said that she doesn't know what to do with it, and could I knit something for her using this yarn. So what I'm doing, I'm knitting the, what was it called, Getting Warmer by Espastrico, the one, this one, which is mine, this one. And I'm knitting Satu using double thread, because this is, I think, this might be sport weight yarn. So I'm knitting it using it knitting double. I'm talking silly. Using double thread. I think that's what you are supposed to say. And this is how far I have knit her cowl. You can actually use this as a mini poncho because it stretches quite a lot. So you can stretch it out all the way to your shoulders, or just keep it like a cowl. But Satu can use hers the way she wants. But anyway, that's my third work in progress. And I think that's all about knitting. Then I'm sitting outside, and my plan is that I will show you, because I have received lots of wonderful yarns, because I have done a couple, actually 3 swaps. And then Gillian in Bergen, Norway, I bought some skeins from her, and she gifted me two wonderful extra colors. And I thought I'd show you the yarns which I have received, because I posted photos on Instagram about those packages, but I thought I'd show you the yarns and what I'm planning on doing with those yarns. So first I'll talk about Ali, who is Starry Eyes Ali, and she lives in Kent, UK. She surprised me with, actually I dropped, just a sec, I'll take the other skein. I dropped it on the snow. This wonderful British Romney wool, this light, like neutral beige or cream color. Oh, and this llama, or is this alpaca? This wonderful looking stitch marker. And this yarn, I'll let you read it, what it is and what it looks like. I think this is fingering weight yarn, and there's the disco ball. This is fingering weight yarn, but I think this is more like maybe sport or DK. And actually I ordered these skeins blend 1 maybe 2 years ago or 1 year ago. I think this is Isolda's yarn set. So I think I will pair this skein with these and I think I will make mittens for next winter. I think this is maybe too thin to pair it up with this, so I will probably just use this for can I use it for socks? Well, it doesn't say if it has nylon or what kind of wool it is. Or then I'll just use it to paksu, that paksu hat. P-A-X-U hat, which is knit out of using all kinds of leftovers and mini skeins. So maybe I use this for a paksu hat and these for a pair of mittens, maybe. Then, what else? I'll talk about Angela's package and the yarns. See, we decided that she will look up a pattern and then I will try to find yarn for that pattern which she might be knitting sometime, and I think she was planning on knitting a featherweight cardigan. I think Angela said that she has already knit one and would like to knit another one, and I bought her some Louhittaren luola, which is Knitlops layers yarn, for her featherweight cardigan. And I said to Angela that I would really like to knit one day this pattern. What was it called? Sleeves. I think you are. So I'm not sure how you are supposed to pronounce it, but this fun cardigan slash shawl thing. And she bought me knit picks, cloth lace, 4 skeins of this kind of yarn, really wonderful merlot or blood red, or I don't know how. I'm not very good at saying yarn colors, and this is kind of like dark red, but not that dark. Does it say the name? Because sometimes they only have numbers. Yes, well, this has numbers. It doesn't have a yarn name, color name. But this, I'm planning on using these for that sleeves thing. And then I got a skein of Dirty Water Dye Works. This wonderful blue jeans is the name of this gorgeous color. It has merino cashmere nylon, 100 grams, 230 yards, 210 meters. So is this like worsted or DK or Erin? But anyway, I think this could be worsted weight. I could knit my Pompuloi fingerless mittens with this one. And then I dropped the last skein I got from her. Now I don't remember. I hope I'm not saying incorrect things, but I think this was spun in an Indian reservation. Navajo Indians, maybe? Because Angela moved from California to Arizona, back to her home state and closer to her parents. And I think there are Indian reservations close to where she lives. And I think this skein was spun by one of them. I love this purple color. And this smells really wonderful, woolly wonderful smell. And I could also, what to do? Well, I could also use these for mittens, because in Finland we really wear a lot of mittens during winter time. So that's the yarn I got from Angela. Then I'll show you Jillian's yarns. I think I bought a skein of sock yarn from her, and lovely person as Jillian is. She gifted me 2 skeins. This is new base. So this yarn is Norwegian wool, spun in Norway, dyed in Norway, and Jillian, or Jilly, she lives in Bergen. So I think the place, what's the place called where you spin the fiber? Spinning mill. I think that's located very close to where she lives. So this is a new base. I'll let you read. So 100% Norwegian wool fjord fibers. is the company name. So she gifted me these. And when I saw these, I thought that, okay, what could I do? Some color work, maybe shawl. But I really want to knit more cardigans and pullovers this year. So I went to her Etsy shop and I custom ordered 3 skeins more of this same base in colorway. It was Nordic, does it say? Polar Nights. Polar Nights. So this jeans blue color. This wonderful blue color. And I have been meaning to knit Isabella Kramer's Ravello for a long time. So what I will do, I don't know when, but I'm planning on knitting a Ravello sweater using these beautiful, wonderful Norwegian yarns. So go check out her web shop on Etsy. Then I got a package from Shelley. She lives in Canada and we also did a swap. And I received wonderful Canadian yarns. I'll show you what I got. First, I'll show you. This is, I think, this Richard de Vries is one of Shelley's dear friends. And she knits lots of socks and shawls with his yarns. So I got this wonderful looking yarn skein from her. Oh, this could be a lovely hat, I think. 160 meters, 80 grams. This could be worsted or Aran weight. But a hat would be wonderful with this yarn. Then I received 2 skeins of koigu. I don't know how Canadians pronounce this, but I would say it's koigu. KPPM. I checked out what those letters stand for, but I already forgot. They had a meaning what they meant, but I don't remember it now. And this is 100% merino wool. And I'm probably going to pair these skeins with a surprise skein which I got from Melissa, the Spicy Homemaker, in this mini skein advent calendar swap package. This was an extra. I think she got this from Rhinebeck. That's the fuzz. It has mohair and some other lovely fibers. Supposed merino, kid mohair, nylon. So I think I will pair this yarn with the Canadian koigu yarn. And I'll show you the pattern. I have it on my mobile phone. It's brioche. Even though I said I'm not very fond of brioche, but I think I want to still knit this pattern and use Shelley's and Melissa's yarn for this one. And then I think that was Shelley's. Yes, I showed those. And then Rachel, as I mentioned, the Treehouse Knits podcast and Treehouse Knits webpage. And Rachel is Treehouse Knits everywhere. See, I think I made one of those knitted pens with pom-pom or tassel on top, and I posted a photo on Instagram, and I think Rachel said that, oh, I really want to have that pen. And I think I replied that, okay, shall we swap? And we did. But it was not only the pen and some other stuff. We swapped yarns. I sent her lots of different kinds of Finnish yarn, and I asked, because I'll show you the tags. Joanne, who lives in Michigan, also not super close to Rachel, but quite close, in different city. And she sent me 4 skeins of the shepherd's wool fine. These are the tags, and these are the yarn cakes I have left, because I designed the Mind the Skulls project bag and knit the bag with these yarns, and these are the ones I have left. And I really love this yarn, this shepherd's wool. Also Rachel sent me the worsted weight from the same mill, and I love it. I love that yarn. So I said to Rachel that, would it be possible if you send me a few skeins? I think I gave her the meterage, because my plan is to knit Hohi's umbrellas this summer pullover, and I could use the leftovers which I have for these raindrops and those. I probably didn't have enough. I haven't calculated that much, but didn't have enough for the umbrella tops, these pinks here. So I asked Rachel that if she could send me the basic yarn for that pullover, and I gave her options to send me either dark plum, black or navy, and she chose this gorgeous dark plum color. And then I asked that if she had any leftovers of this wonderful shepherd's wool fine yarn, and she said, actually I do. I'm knitting a pair of, I think she's knitting Norwegian mittens, and she has a knit-along, I think year-long knit-along knitting mittens. These were Trondheim mittens. I think she was knitting, words are escaping, when you ski downhill, what's the Norwegian style where you almost hit the knee on the ground every time you turn? I don't remember. I think, anyway, the name, if you know the name, you know what I'm talking about. Telemark. Now I get it. Telemark. I think she was knitting Telemark mittens, where her ancestors are from, and she sent me leftovers of these are the leftovers of those Telemark mittens. So I will use these for the umbrella tops, and then these my leftovers for the other sections, and then this gorgeous purple yarn for the pullover. So that is wonderful also. I'm so tempted to knit all the things, but I don't have that much time to knit all the things. My main goal is to knit this houses and hangings pullover, because I really want to take this with me to Iceland, and then photos should have wonderful project photos on Ravelry with this Birta and this houses and hangings pullover. So I think that's about it about FOs and works in progress, and then the swaps. I think I will move inside and do the rest of it, the other things and the draw inside, either today, this evening. The skiing section at the beginning of this podcast episode, we started skiing. We left home 9:15 and came back sometime around noon. We saw lots of other skiers and talked with them, and dog walkers and also the ice fishers. They actually had a competition there, and we talked with those. So we collected almost 14 kilometers, and it took us 2.5 hours before we got home. Then we ate, had lamb and butternut squash and some wine. So I will be filming the rest of this episode either this evening or tomorrow. Don't know yet when, but I'll see you later on. Moikka. Okay, let's continue with the other stuff. And I'll start with a sock plank dyeing project. As I told you, Leenu had the organized the pom-pom super weekend during last weekend, and there was also a sock plank dyeing class, and I bought that, and I made a Picasso style sock plank using two different greens, black and some purple. And here you can see a woman's face and her necklace and boobs. And on this other side there is also a face, but you can't really see that because the colors mixed quite drastically. You can see there are two eyes, and here there is supposed to be a nose and mouth, but you can't really see. But I'm planning on using this, not knitting socks, even though this is a sock plank. I think Linu said this is merino nylon, but I don't remember if it's 2575 or 2080. But I'm planning on knitting this, knitting hitchhiker using this sock plank. I already painted one Picasso inspired sock plank. I think it was last year, and I knit a hitchhiker, so I think I will use this for a hitchhiker too. So I think this will be interesting looking when I knit it up. But that's other stuff. Then I have sewing things. As you can see, I'm finally wearing this, my first blouse, which I sewed. And I have a blouse whip. You can't really see this because, well, I'll first show you the fabric. It's very colorful, green one. I still need to sew the shoulders, but here is the sleeve. So it's a summer blouse like this one, but the shoulder section doesn't have fabric. So this sleeve will kind of like hang somewhere around here. That's the front part and back part, but you can't really tell. But I think this fabric is quite cool because it has faces. I hope you can see. There are lady faces. Very summery to my taste. But hopefully next time when I podcast, this will be finished and I will be wearing it. So that's that, and I did some other sewing as well. I went to Pinterest and I was looking for summer bags. I'll open up my mobile phone and I'll show you the inspiration photo which I had. And then I didn't have any summery fabric, but I used my old jeans for this summer bag. I'll show you the inspiration photo. So this is what I found from Pinterest. This is very simple, and I like the button idea. And this, oh sorry, touched the wrong photo. I don't know what you call these bag hanging things, but I think this looked really lovely. So that was the inspiration, and I made this one. So my old jeans, some buttons which I bought from Kuopion Nappi and Nauha, which is button and thread translated, and this is some lining which I had, and this material, I don't know what you call it in English, but in Finnish it's rottingi. So these rottingi bag handles, and my old jeans. So a tiny little, this could be used as a project bag, but just tiny fun looking summer bag, upcycled jeans. Then I did also some three tiny sewing projects as well. I got, well actually I bought 4 fat quarters from Spoonflower. Spoonflower is great because they have a warehouse in Berlin, Germany. So when you order fabrics from Spoonflower, they are not coming from US, but they are coming from Germany, so they deliver quite quickly. And the delivery charges aren't that bad. This is the third. So I ordered fat quarters and made these triangle scarves. I sewed these tiny loops and added buttons. And then you can wear this. You just put it on like this and you have an accessory. You can also tie it. Just do this and make a knot. And wear this scarf like this. So just some very, if you have like black or white t-shirt and you still want to have color, you can buy fat quarters and just sew the edges, add buttons and this loop, and you can have colorful summery accessories with your t-shirts. So that's a little tip. So I have 3. Then ceramics. I'll show you a couple of things. I have shown some of them on Instagram, but I haven't shown this one, which is our fruit bowl. This is black clay and this pink is under clay, and then I just used clear over clay. And we keep our apples and kiwis and this looking fruit bowl. And this is how it looks from the back. I think this is quite fun. Then I have this banana bowl. This kind. I don't know if this looks cool or ugly. Because actually, when you have overripe bananas, you know that they kind of get, well, they get this color brown and they're kind of watery, wet banana, to say, meat. So this kind of looks like this glazing, like super overripe bananas. But anyway, I think this is also a fun little piece. There's tiny bit of purple glaze on that edge. It's always a mystery when you glaze ceramics and they go into a kiln, and then when you get them out, they can be anything, like this one. Also this one I first thought when I saw it, it's just a little jar for my kitchen tools, spatulas and those. And when I saw it, see, I had a different, the idea which I had in my mind was different than what it is in real life. There was a little, kind of like happy accident. See how cool the inside looks? And I'm kind of wondering, why doesn't this outside, which you can actually see, why doesn't it look as interesting as this does here? But I don't know, that's ceramics. And what's funny about doing ceramics, I kind of thought that this is ugly. I tried to make a nicer looking one and something happened, I broke it, and actually it was even uglier than this one. But comparing this one and the other one which I made before it got broken, I didn't break it, it just got broken, I realized that actually this looks quite okay. So my philosophy is that you better make, if you think something looks not nice, make something which looks even worse, and the first piece will look really pretty. Then I made, these are the last ones I'm going to show. I made 4, these are 2 of them. I have 2 of them in the dishwasher. But these are smoothie cups. When we come home from skiing or from walking or from the gym, we always make, well, not always, but very often, we make smoothies. And I wanted to have a smoothie cup. So I made four of those. And I think these look quite fun. And I think next fall, if I'm able to get in, see these ceramic classes, they are very popular. And hopefully I'm able to sign in before it's full. And my plan is to make more of these ceramic smoothie cups. Of course, you could also drink wine out of these, or beer, or milk, or whatever. But these are fun smoothie cups. Then I need to check my notes. Have I talked about... Oh yes! Fitness and diet planner. Okay. My plan. Tomorrow is my birthday. So in 12 months, I will be 50. Oof, that's awful. And my plan is to be in better shape when I turn 50 than what I am now. And to achieve that goal, this planner, which I bought from Etsy, it's Canadian. It was Posy something. There you can see. Posy paper from Canada. And this was, I was looking for planners, but I didn't find a nice looking ones from Finland. So I went to Etsy. There were several good ones, but I think this works for me. See, I track my, I think it's quite fun to have, oh dear, I track my sports here. And as you can see, I've been sick. I didn't have the flu, but I had a bad cold for many weeks. So I wasn't able to do much of sports. But there you can see I have been cross-country skiing and swimming and walking once. So I haven't collected that many climb every mountain run kilometers, but hopefully next month will be better. And then I also track what I eat. I don't count calories. I just track and write down what I eat to keep, so that I know that if I don't lose weight, that I haven't eaten well. But as you can see, I have had some wine and beer and candy. But I have been quite nice, and I have lost some weight. But the main goal is to really be in better, to have better aerobic stamina and also muscle power, plus lose weight. So this Posy paper planner, my fitness and diet planner, this has helped me already a lot. And then I think it's time we talk about the giveaway. So the giveaway prize, where this, I'll take a blank page. The giveaway prize was this set of these white pumpkin stitch markers. And let's see who wins them. I have these paper pieces of the people who commented on my, I haven't even said. I have a Ravelry group called Hanna from Sheep's Alley, where I have all the show notes. And I always ask a question, and if you would like to try to win my giveaway prizes, you can go to Ravelry and answer the question which I have on each episode thread, or in each episode thread, or leave any other comments. So let's see who is the lucky one to win these stitch markers. Let's see. Oh, it's Carol in UK. I might have your address, I'm not sure, but I'll contact you on Ravelry and ask for your address, and I will mail these plus some other extra goodies. I won't say which goodies I will put in the envelope, but that will be a surprise. So Carol, congratulations, you won these. And a new giveaway prize is this scarf. This is the fourth, which I talked about. This one has like gray and pale purple, grayish purple and dark gray colors and light green and some white. And this side has also quite a lot of pink. So you can wear it either way. If you don't like pink, use this side. So this is the giveaway. And my question is, what are your plans, knitting plans, this upcoming summer? Or if you're on the other side of the globe, the winter will be arriving. So what are your knitting plans? My plan is, in July in Jyväskylä there will be this Jyväskylä Knit Fest, and Nathan Taylor, who is Sockmatician, she's having his class, the advanced class. I don't remember what he calls his advanced double knitting classes, but I'm in, yippee. So my plan is to, after we come back home from Iceland, I will be knitting the Il Burato scarf because I want it to get it finished so I can. Nathan already commented on Instagram that even if I don't finish it, he wants to see it, but hopefully I'm able to finish my Il Burato scarf, and then I'm able to show him that in July. But that's my knitting goal. Of course I want to knit more pullovers and cardigans, as I told you, but I also want to knit that Il Burato, get that finished. So that's my plan. What's your plan? Answer that question in the episode thread, and you might be the lucky one to win this scarf. And that's it. I think, I checked the calendar again. I'm quite busy, the Iceland trip and other stuff. So I think I will be podcasting at the end of May. So still 2 months. But I have more fun stuff by the time it's the end of May, and I will podcast. So see you when I see you. Moikka!